Hey everyone, it's Lauren from laurengroupman.com, and today I'm going to be talking about the Dave Ramsey plan to pay off debt. So if you're a Dave Ramsey fan, or maybe you're not sure if you are a Dave Ramsey fan, make sure you watch this video because I think it'll be very interesting to you. Let's go get started. Dave Ramsey's plan to pay off debt. Is it worth it or not? That's what today we're going to be talking about. And I actually have an opinion on this. I think that Dave Ramsey's plan overall is worth it, but I think there's a lot of things that are lacking in his plan, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video where I have a special little surprise for you. 15 years ago, I did Dave Ramsey's plan, right? The Financial Peace University. I did that to learn how to get out of my own debt. And I'll tell you, I was so excited. I signed up for the course. We were going through it through my church. You meet every week. He sets you a plan, and there's 7 baby steps. And there's a plan of how to get out of debt. And you follow these baby steps and you do this workbook and you see great results. At least I did, and I know a lot of other people in the course really saw great results. But you know what? His course is lacking a lot of things. I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you said that about Dave Ramsey. I'm gonna get a lot of haters in this video probably because I do not agree with everything that he talks about in his baby steps. This is why. So you do the first baby step, which is get $1,000 into emergency savings really, really quickly. Great, easy, sell things around your house, make extra money, all of those kind of things, great, let's do it. That's exciting, blah, 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 blah. And then, wait, how do I do that? And that's what I teach, is the hows behind the steps. Whatever his steps are, whatever your steps are, whatever my steps are. The how do we actually do this thing? His first step is get $1,000 in savings account. I think this is a great step. I actually teach it personally in my online course that I teach. And the problem that I see with this step is that there are no how-tos. How do we actually do this? How do we sell things around our house? What place to sell them makes you the most amount of money? And those are the kind of things that I try and focus on here on my YouTube channel, my website, my Instagram, and my book planner and course. Those are the things I really try to focus on. All right, his number 2 step is to pay down all non-mortgage debt using the debt snowball. And again, I agree with this step. That's great. But holy cow, is this a wide step, right? Huge. Pay down your debt. Okay, well, how do I do that? How do I do it? How do I grocery plan? How do I meal plan? How do I save money? How do I coupon? How do I get rid of bills? How do I renegotiate bills? Again, great step, great purpose, but how do we do that? I remember thinking that in the class when I was taking it, like, okay, great, we're on baby step 2 and we're paying down debt. But now I need to go and look for all these other bloggers and people to show me the how-to. And so again, that's what I focus on this channel are the hows. How do you do this? Baby step number 3, 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an emergency fund. Again, great step. Love this step. I love it. I teach it as well. However, how? Again, you're seeing the pattern here. How do we actually do this? Now, step number 4, save 15% of your income into a retirement savings account. Now, this is another great step. However, I have a different take on it. If your employer matches what you're actually contributing, you're leaving money on the table every single month. Huge money. So if you were to ask me, baby step 4 needs to have this clause of, you know what, if you have an employer match, maybe you should just go ahead and keep on claiming that free money every single month. Now this is where things get a little confusing. Now we go on to steps 5, 6, and 7. Step 5, save for your children's college fund. Step 6, pay off your house early. Step 7, build wealth and give. When I'm in debt up to my eyeballs, I remember taking the course, I'm in debt up to my eyeballs, right? And then in a 7-week course, we go from paying down all of your debt to now building wealth and giving and retirement and paying off your house early and all of that. It made me want to quit right there, just right there, then and there. I can't do this. I'm struggling. I can't even pay my bills yet. I've only been in this thing for 5 weeks, 6 weeks. How am I supposed to do this? So that's where my disagreement with Dave Ramsey's steps come into play, is that the 7 baby steps are great. The frequency that you go, or how fast you go through this course with these baby steps made me want to quit. And I don't know if it made you want to quit too. I remember thinking, I wish there was somebody who could help me like figure out how to do this all. You know, how do I feed my family for less money? How do I make extra money? Why do I want to pay my house down? You know, what are those things? And I remember feeling that, like, that hole inside of me of feeling like, okay, I just started this because I can't even buy diapers. And by 7 weeks later, we're talking about building wealth. Now, I do understand that his baby steps actually are good in laying out a plan, I guess, for your future and laying out the steps that you're supposed to take to build wealth and gain, you know, financial freedom. I guess my disagreement comes in the way that it's laid out before you in such a quick format that you really can't even get through step 1 before you're already talking about investing and building wealth. And I just remember being sensitive to that when I was going through the course. And this is actually the very first time in 10 years of running my website and my YouTube channel that I've actually publicly spoke about Dave Ramsey's plan to get out of debt. And this is why, is I was terrified of being compared to him. I was terrified of, I don't want to say the word terrified, but I was nervous about the backlash from people, because there's a lot of like die-hard Dave Ramsey fans out there that like totally get it and like don't mess with Dave Ramsey because you're messing with me kind of person. And I respect that, I really do. I think the one thing that I wanted more than ever when I started my online business 10 years ago was to show you the practical how to do this every day. You know, how do you save money on groceries? How do you make extra cash by flipping or side hustles? You know, what savings accounts should you actually use? And I did a video actually a couple weeks ago about the savings account and, you know, all the savings accounts that I think families should have. But those are the things that I really want to focus on this channel and on my business moving forward, are those how-tos in those first 3 to 4 steps of Dave Ramsey. And it can actually complement what he teaches very, very well, despite what I think of like how the course, you know, is laid out. Because it did help me, it helped me so much in my life when I took it. More of like a mindset shift for me, I think, ever, that gave me hope that like, okay, now I have a plan. If you are a Dave Ramsey fan, just know I do not. I am a Dave Ramsey fan as well. But what I aim to teach here are the how-tos of budgeting, of money saving. So what I teach here actually complements what he teaches very, very well. And I actually have an online course which kind of shows you the ins and outs of, you know, I take you into the grocery store and show you how to meal plan. I cook with you. I take you into the thrift store and show you where to find things. I'm showing you how to create a budget that actually works for you, showing you the tools that I actually use in my everyday life, and giving you a free planner in the process. So if you are interested in checking out that course, which kind of complements, I would say, the Dave Ramsey plan to pay off debt, it just goes more into the hows of how to actually do the emergency fund, how to pay off the debt, how to make extra money, how to feed your family for less, all of that. So again, love you, Dave Ramsey. I've actually been on his daughter's podcast a few times, Rachel Cruz, who I think is amazing. I think their whole ministry is amazing. But I just know from my perspective, going through the course years ago and being where I am today, I know that that's the main part that was lacking in that whole, you know, series there. So yeah, go check out my course if you want a free planner. I'll leave the link below. And my planner is the personal finance planner you can grab. If you sign up for the course here, you get a free planner. So go check it out. It's an online video course that you take at your pace. You get, you know, 24/7 access for life, and it never expires. And then I can coach you through things like how to get out of debt and how to save on groceries and answer any like frugal living type of questions that you are maybe interested to hear. So thank you for tuning into my video. I hope I didn't ruffle too many feathers with all of you. But let me know if you love Dave Ramsey, what you love about his course. Leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I know a lot of you in the financial renovation course have given me some great feedback. So I'm gonna leave this feedback. I'm gonna put a couple feedback quotes down here below of what people think about the course. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button. I'll check you later.